actually.
Is it time?
Not to call you the fuck out, though. It's not time for that. That's later.
Not time for that.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it's time.
Dude, this keeps happening. It sneaks up on me every time. It's like, oh my god, my back is turned, and then, bam! Somebody jumps out behind the...
Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. We're on live.
Live. At Studio 586 B. Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling.
I thought we were Studio 586 Z.
Z?
Yeah,
Z?
Z. I love Z. It's my favorite letter.
H-A-Z-E.
You know? Through the H-A-Z-E.
Through the haze.
Yeah.
You must have actually looked at something. You actually know the name of my blog. How did that happen?
It's the ambient knowledge. I looked at it and I was like, okay,
so,
store that.
Who came up with the name of today's show?
We did, I think.
Hey, you did.
Did I come up with the...
Okay, I give everybody... In my head, I'm just a mirror. I just reflect stuff. So in my head, I didn't come up with any of it.
Okay, we can give me credit for this
So
one.
this morning, you look at me and you go, okay, so last week's shows were called Oof, Ish, and Magic. Today's show is
Oofish
Magic.
Yeah. Not Oofish Magic.
Not Oofish.
Oofish Magic.
No trolls involved.
Yeah, no trolls. No. Yeah.
Though hobbitses do taste yummy. Well, oof, I felt it.
Right.
Man, I'm at my lowest. I'm barely making it. Ish.
Am I? Yeah, ish.
I'm ishing it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not making it 100.
Yeah.
I'm not whole ass or no ass. I'm ish.
I'm ish.
Can't get nothing done with that ish.
And then it's a kind of magic.
But it is. How many times have you hated something that happened in your life that if you look back now, you realize if that piece that you hated was changed, something like amazing
for some reason I realized that pretty early, which is why I move on. I kind of move on. I kind of move on from things a little bit quick because I kind of always realize, like, okay, this thing that's really bad right now will one day be not so bad.
Well, it's our speed bump thing.
Yeah.
It's if life gives you speed bumps, it's because you need to slow down.
Right.
And when you run into speed bumps, there's a good chance that you should get out your notebook and you're moving into a school zone. Everybody can picture it. Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah.
When you're driving.
When you're driving.
Sipping on your gin and juice. Laid back. Got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Feeling it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We don't admit to each other that we know it's hard.
What does that mean?
We look at other people and go, well, why aren't you doing it perfect?
I think...
We don't even live up to our own standards, then we judge people by them.
Okay.
Because of our perspective. I'm not even... It's not... I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not... It's human.
Ooh, my brain is frazzling right now. I'll be honest. I'm in the oof part for some reason.
That's okay.
For some reason.
You gotta live in the ish. What feels
I'm
like...
not even to the ish yet. Man.
No, what feels like not giving 100% is still your path. It's still 100% of where you're at. You're in the ish.
Right.
You're feeling it.
I said oof, man. I'm in the oof.
Oof! There it is. Oof! There it is. Oof!
There we go. Little magic.
Ish. My singing is ish.
Nah, it's magic, man. I mean,
do you believe in magic? Of a young girl's heart?
For a half of a second, I thought that was a turtle. I don't know why. Maybe it was the colors. I thought it was a turtle.
I don't even know how it got on the floor.
I remember those bracelets. We used to spend hours making those.
They spend hours making them upstairs.
Really?
Concentrating, meditating.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny watching kids. We act like kids don't know how to meditate. And meanwhile, they're the best teachers at meditation.
I think kids don't consciously know how to meditate. I think they don't sit down and go, I'm going to meditate.
Meditation.
Which making the switch, I think making that switch is.
I think the meaningful part is getting back to the point where they're at. Really, so you need to formalize it and not make it a part of the rest of your day? Watch a puppy chase a bee. That's some deep meditation. They're so lost in it. They're so lost in it. Chase after a stick. That I talk about the things I learn from children, from animals, from the other living things around me, and the non-living things. It's amazing. Actually, the universe is pretty cool. A little bit of chaos, a lot of bit of this, a little bit of that. You know? You're going to feel it. That means you're living. If you're not feeling it, you're not testing yourself, you're not learning, you're not pushing it, you're not going to the next spot. Oof. That worst moment, whatever it is, brought you here. I'm not saying...
Where are we?
Here.
Are we?
In the ish. Oof.
I don't think it's the ish yet.
No, you're always in the if. You're always here. You don't know. I know, right? I'm all over the place with what ish means.
Yeah, I don't. What is ish?
Well.
What is ish?
Have you ever squonked something really hard? And you're like, squonk, squonk, I'm going to squonk that. Or have you ever like, man, that's the best squonk I've ever had.
I thought it was squanch.
Squanch, thank you. God, I was trying so hard. I couldn't remember.
It's like squanch?
Squanch? Ish fits in a lot of places.
Is it the squanch of...
It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's not the present. It's not the future. It's the feeling of not moving but moving. It's the universe. You so desperately want to define what is so ish. And that's the beauty of it. Potential.
So, okay, so the word means...
whatever I want it to.
Okay.
You squanching me?
No, not really, but kind of.
Well, let me give you a little magic then. That I can admit that I didn't know what to do about the idea that I was going to be raising another child.
Right.
I felt overwhelmed. Like it was not a decision that was in my hands.
Right.
It was actually freeing to take responsibility finally and go, okay, this is my ball to carry.
Mm-hmm.
But, oof. In my world, in those moments, oof. Holy cow. I mean, assume, and I'm not going into it, that these were difficult times. No grandparent goes, hey, what I want to do is...
do it again.
And then people would look at me and go, I don't know how you're doing it. I'm going...
just doing what I did before.
No, I don't know how I wouldn't do it.
I would say that my grandmother took, like, a position... It was weird, because both of us took a position of responsibility. Like, she took the...
Simon's listening in.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon.
What's
Go ahead.
going on?
Sorry.
she took a position of, I need to be here for you. And when it was when it was getting to her time, she felt like she needed to make sure that I was okay.
That was her concern.
That was her main... That was the thing that kept her here so long, was she wanted to make sure that I was good, that I was okay, that I was safe, that I was gonna go on and live my life and be a happy, good person and stuff like that. And it's... I guess that when she first left, like, it was like, oof. It really was a oof.
You felt it.
And it started.
And you were in it.
Yeah, I really felt
Suddenly you were tossed into it.
Yes.
This is the person that held the umbrella over you when the sun was too bright.
Yep. As I was kicking and screaming.
Oh, oh my God, absolutely.
The whole way through.
The whole way through.
Yes.
I am angry. I make fire. No, sorry.
No, mad for nothing. Looking back on it, but
perspective.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah. It is magical how I feel like I'm a much better person for the experience that we went through.
Absolutely.
And when I hear you talking about your grandson, it feels I feel some of what you're saying, you know?
Okay.
Like
no, I that's cool.
From
an
interesting perspective.
So when my grandson and I first watched Star Wars,
okay,
it kind of blew me away where his focus was because I had never seen through his perspective.
Right.
And this is 6, maybe 7-year-old,
right.
Maybe. So the focus was truly his, and it was the redemption story of Luke and Darth. God, that sounds so funny without saying the rest of their names. Luke and Darth. Or the Darth and Luke show, I Love Lukey.
I Love Lukey. That's perfect.
With Darth and Lukey Arnaz.
Darth. That's okay.
So, without going into it too much, because of it was a space for him to explore the relationship with father figures that had been lost, and them. That doesn't mean they're all bad.
There's a great deal of.
I didn't even think about that. Do you feel that? I mean,
yes,
do you get?
So, I watch Star Wars a little bit differently now when I look at it because it's like he connects with his father towards the end.
Right.
And I almost felt like I connected with my father towards the end. The last conversation I had with him was one of understanding. I got a lot of understanding from the conversation, and it was just, it's interesting to see how you can learn something from someone you don't really know that well. Like if you really pay attention, and I really tried to pay attention to that situation, and I really tried to give it as much as I could.
Well, it gave you huge perspective on very hard things.
Yeah.
You had to accept people are human.
I had to accept that as much as I miss being that angry kid, I really don't. But as much as that was so much of who I was, I also understand that kid didn't understand.
Right. You don't blame that kid either.
No,
I don't blame the kid.
I don't blame that side. I just
to give you a perspective on loss. So, my father died over 20 years ago. I would love to tell you that we had that moment. That somehow what I remember is trying to get to the hospital on time and not getting there. That we never
had that.
It took another 20 years for the magic. Lost in the Ish. That it didn't. There were some pieces. I shouldn't. There were some pieces that suddenly hit me perspective-wise as soon as he passed. But in dealing openly with my anxiety and depression and mental illness, I'm medicated, for those of you that don't know. I missed him. I wished he was here to talk about that. He suffered from bipolar disorder, and I wasn't present for that, in the sense of I don't feel like I was present for him. I don't feel like for many years, as much as there would be moments of whatever this is, there was a huge wall between me and him. I had built up this, well, I could never achieve anything that would get my father's attention, because in my head I was consistently and constantly comparing where I was at to somebody 5 years older, and what I was doing was boring. He'd already seen somebody do that. Right. Do I think those were his real feelings? No, not at all. Right. I don't look back now and go, oh, that's what he... No. But in that moment of wanting to feel not alone, and that moment of both of us discovering not alone, I found my father. And I wasn't alone.
I found that I felt more connected to my father after he passed away than I did while he was alive.
Yeah.
And I felt like I could understand a lot better, like, the life that he lived.
Let's see if we can find it.
From a back...
Keep going.
From a looking back perspective. And knowing what I know from, like, my family members and stuff.
What allowed you to explore it?
Yeah.
The weird thing is sometimes in passing we explore things we wouldn't have touched because they hurt too much. Sometimes it takes a long time. It took some experimenting and a lot of seeing him in mirrors. I look. Dude. No, I look so much like my father.
Yeah.
I have pictures of me when
it's the first statement when a family member sees me that knew my father is, you look just like your dad.
Right.
And I have a love-hate relationship with that statement.
Isn't it amazing?
For so long.
It's why I trim my eyebrows.
Really?
I trim my eyebrows, for those people that don't know. I use my clipper. I mean, it's a clipper thing. It's the highest setting. I go across them.
Yeah.
Because I always remember my dad's eyebrows like this.
Yeah.
And then he'd get like flakes of dry skin in them, and he'd be looking at you, and you'd be like, and not that I hate, but that I'm aware. So I'm doing something about that.
It's why I like the braids and the twisties so much, is because I didn't want to have the look that my dad had, which was either an afro or braids. It was one of those two.
I just want you to pick it all the way out.
I don't know. I'll get there one day.
You know, I'm gonna send you off to New York. I know just the right borough, and they're gonna snip your schmeckle, and they're gonna give you the biggest fro that they've ever made.
Oh my God. Williamsburg's not it. Never mind. Brooklyn is one. I was like, Williamsburg.
I'll drop you off down in the Golden Diamond District. Somebody will find you.
Diamond.
What do you want me to say? But, so one day, my father lives here, by the way. For those of you that don't know that, he's been dead for 20 years. But the container that holds the bits that were him is upstairs.
Right.
And there was 20 years of, God, I can remember a time Bentley had a hold. He was walking with my dad's cane and started like screaming like he was possessed. And I knew my dad was in the room. I don't know. It all comes from inside, guys. I don't know what it means. I'm not attached to meaning anymore. I'm just relating a story here. And there were moments like that. There were moments where I felt the judgment, and there were moments where I felt him sensing I had understanding. And whether that was about me figuring it out inside,
right,
or whether there's some other thing going on, that doesn't matter. So, but then he left. That I don't think of him as much here and commenting anymore. So that one day I came down here and I had to put on my favorite movie that predates his passing. He knows what my favorite movie was.
Right.
Still is. Big Blue. Anybody gets a chance to watch it. And if you love water, if you love swimming, if you feel like an alien disconnected from this world.
Isn't that
Watch Big Blue.
Jacques Cousteau?
It is not Jacques Cousteau.
Oh.
It's Jacques Mayall.
Jacques Mayall, wrong Jacques.
Who was the freediving champion for years.
Okay.
And actually worked on the movie with them.
Okay.
That his father, it's sort of loosely based upon his life.
Okay.
And I felt like I needed to watch it. I don't know why. It was like, you know what? It was a rough day. It was an oof day. It was an ish day. It was all of that and more.
Right.
Because in the end, it was magic. And I'll read you what my dad had to say.
Okay.
First, it opens with a conversation between... Wow, I never thought about this deeply. It's the story of a boy that loses his father.
Okay.
And it starts off, he's kicking Jacques. This is the buddy of the father going, Jacques, it's time to get up.
Okay.
And I wrote down time to get up, Matt, -dad, because I knew that's what it meant. For whatever reason, when it's in my head out there,
Right.
I knew that there was a reason why I turned this movie on. It was like, oh, wow. How did that just come from my dad? Because I've watched the movie a million times. It's not like I watch this movie every time and go, oh, that's my dad saying that.
Right.
I don't have that experience. Believe in help you can't imagine.
I one time had my...
That's the next message from my dad.
What is it?
Believe in help you can't imagine. So, there's a moment. Jacques and Enzo. Jacques sees the two. Jacques is a tiny little guy. He's more like my grandson.
Right.
Enzo, bigger.
Right.
Have I ever made you watch this?
No.
Anyways. The two boys run up to Jacques going, we see a coin, Jacques. We see a coin, Jacques. And Jacques dives in to get it. And, you know, he comes up with the coin, and the boys are fighting over who gets it. And, you know, Enzo shows up. No, Enzo goes in and gets it. That's right.
Okay.
He pushes Jacques out of the way, little Jacques, and he's like, no, I will go get it.
I will go get it.
He's like, these are like 10-year-olds, maybe.
Right.
But, so, Enzo, big old pile of donut jelly on his face. Enzo's like that kid.
Okay.
Picture Donald Trump, a cool and diving and Italian. It's a good picture, but it doesn't represent... He was in Hector. He's the...
Hector in the Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah, he's the gangster guy.
Oh, okay.
That's who plays Enzo as an adult.
Okay, cool.
I can't think of his name. God, I love him. He's one of my favorite actors. But anyways, there's a priest standing there watching this whole
thing go down.
And Enzo leaves with the money.
What?
We'll go buy candy, and I'll split it between you. And Jacques stays.
Okay.
And, you know, after, you know, they're fighting, the priest walks up and goes, Jacques, is that another coin? And he says, yes, Father, of course, I'll go get it. And the priest says, it will be for the poor.
Okay.
And when Jacques comes back up, the priest has left.
Oh, so he's expecting him to do it.
No.
Oh.
He's leaving the coin for Jacques.
Oh.
That really, the poor child that's the one that originally was going to grab the coin, that wasn't going to take it.
Right.
That was going to get it for the other two boys. Not like I have to have any of it, but like, okay, this is...
Right.
Is the poorest of the group.
Yeah.
And so, no, the priest flipped another coin in.
I see.
Believe
in help
you can't imagine. That's what the father says before he goes down. Before he goes into the water. Jacques asks his father, why do you keep doing this? And his dad's friend says, do you not want to eat, Jacques? He got teeth.
Do you not want to eat?
He's got teeth. He does that. I don't know. He says the mermaids help him. That Jacques doesn't want his dad to dive every day. Doesn't want him to dive tired. And this is old rig. Don't think scuba. Think wooden thing over your head. Basket on your back. So that you can go collect coral and sell it.
So you could...
So he's a coral diver.
Yeah.
And then there's a pump and a hose that's pushing air into this giant thing. And it's very heavy. It's a whole contraption.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
It's that
But it's
huge
before
thing
scuba.
Yeah.
Before the other Jacques you mentioned, Cousteau, invented scuba gear.
Yeah.
Because that's when scuba gear comes out.
Yeah, he invented the scuba, yeah.
That self-contained underwater breathable apparatus. There we go.
I've had messages come to me from my dad before, and it was weird because it was when I was looking in the mirror and I would see his face instead of mine, and it was freaky. It freaked me out. I was like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Well, and in this moment, for some reason, I felt like my dad was telling me to believe in mermaids. Not. This is a metaphor.
Not. Yeah. I get it.
I understand how confusing you can be listening to me. Oh, great! Now Matt believes in mermaids.
Now Matt believes in mermaids.
Those are called manatees, and man, I love thick. Anyway, manatees, the mermaids of South. Anyways.
Okay.
That believe in help you can't imagine. Somehow, the message was keep doing what you're doing and believe that it's going to happen.
Right.
I promise everybody else on this planet is looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm broke, like a bad joke. We are running this on fumes at this point.
Yes, we are running on fumes.
And the message I'm getting, which I know comes from inside me or out there, or I don't even know, is to keep going and believe in it.
Yep.
Time to get up. I was sleeping. I was low. And then there was... Humans are like that. Unpredictable. Like the sea.
Humans are like that. Unpredictable like the sea. Yeah. Pretty unpredictable. We can do anything.
But not because... Do you blame the sea for being the sea?
Nah.
You know? The snake for being a snake?
No.
Do you blame yourself for being human?
Yes.
Oof.
Oof indeed.
Oof, right?
Oof indeed.
We all have... Right? You're dealing with this chaos as best you can every day. Well, knee deep in the ish.
Do you blame yourself for being human every day?
Right. Well, that doesn't sound very compassionate at all. For me, it was easy. I could see the divinity in everything else.
Except.
Still same place.
Right.
Still same place. I have trouble with it.
Right.
If you find me beating myself up, assume every blow is straight to my own chin. I don't curl up in a ball because people are mean to me.
You curl up in a ball because you're mean to you.
I curl up in a ball because I let them be in control of my reactions. I reacted. I showed them not compassion.
I put a lot. I put pressure on myself. That's when I curl up into a ball. Is when I put pressure on myself to get it right or to figure it out. It was funny because last night when Calvin was talking to us and he was like I went to the bathroom because I needed to clear my head. Dude, that's my move. Okay?
I know that.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Every kid I've ever known always does that every time there's work to be done.
No, I gotta
Brian
take
Siebert,
a second.
Wherever you are.
I gotta take a second to figure myself out.
I get a nickel. Boss takes a dime. That's why I poop on company time. And there's a meme with Elmo. It's the potty Elmo, and it's from the ad. It's the Elmo go potty Elmo, and he's dancing like this.
What the heck?
I'm teasing. No, I get it. You got to regroup.
Yeah.
I have
got to regroup.
I have trouble regrouping sometimes. I will flat out tell you may overwhelm the hell out of me in the greatest way possible. I mean, the magic was incredible.
Right.
So now I'm going to get you coming from the other direction.
Right.
Magic hits. We're doing lots of interviews. We're talking to lots of people.
Yep.
We're talking to legends from hip-hop. We're talking to amazing artists that are renowned in their own field from Europe. We're talking to, oh my God, Anthem Republic. We're connecting with all of them.
Right.
It's amazing. I mean, it's like you've made up this stupid set of 10 questions. You've looked at a million other people's questions, and yours are short. Not a lot of nuance to them.
Yeah. Not a whole bunch of...
The order they're in literally controlled by the way it looked. Mm-hmm. So that it goes like this. Because otherwise they ran into each other. Because originally these were down here.
Looks like this.
And they ran into each other. Right. It goes like... Well, it goes like this. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah. I was looking at my side. You were looking at... Stop it.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they go off. But that's why you get 4, 5, 6, 7 the way it is. But that's the right friggin' order.
Mm-hmm.
And the questions themselves are questions. Okay, that makes...
The questions themselves
what
are
I mean
questions.
Is, the first question is, what does this question mean to you?
And then the second question is the question.
Right. That, I mean... Unpredictable as the sea.
We're very unpredictable, yeah.
Well, overwhelming, good or bad. Oof. Felt it. Magic.
Yeah.
Oofish.
Yeah, you can still feel overwhelmed with the magic.
Well, I have trouble.
Yeah.
I always got lectured about my ability to receive. That I'm so good at being there for everybody else, but I'm not. Okay, that's still true. But anyways, I'm trying, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get something.
That one of
out of something.
The most important bits of magic that you have to learn. All this love you feel for the other people.
Mm-hmm.
All this love we feel for all living things or all sentient beings or however you want to slice up the cake.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to know that if you are trying to be compassionate to all living things, you must remember
to be compassionate to yourself.
Wait a minute. You don't have to remember that. How about remember you are a living thing? I don't care if you treat yourself as equally as you do everybody else, but if they matter, so do you. And then if you get way into the existentialism and the whole, equanimity, are they you? Is it universe or not universe? It's universe. Are you universe? You're universe. Are you universe?
I don't know. I think I might be like...
Are you universe? Yes or no? Are you in the universe? Are you part of this?
Yes, I think.
You think? Freaking contrarian, I swear to God. Are the cells in your body... I'm not even going that far. I know we are both part of this big thing.
Right.
Now people go, does that define it as meaning? No, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is if I look at this sum,
right,
this Venn diagram, there is a Venn diagram.
What's in the Venn diagram?
Everything. That's the universe. Yes?
That's a weirdly shaped Venn diagram.
No, it's just a circle. Why is that hard? And everything's in it. You're trying to picture. Just quit it.
Yeah, it's just a circle.
Stop it.
It's not a Venn diagram. It's just a circle.
Well, no, then you get the Venn diagrams of these people are from this planet, and you could sort it out into groups. It'd be meaningless.
Yeah.
It'd be meaningless.
I guess that's the point.
That if you define people as less than people, are they less than people?
If you define people as less than people, are they less? Nah, they're still people.
If you define you as less than people, are you still people?
No, I'm not a person. I am not a person.
Okay, this is the point where we finally have to admit that the reality is, and I don't know if you've... There are a number of movies out about this process. I've always had a joy of tinkering. For those of you that don't know, first I built a rocket in the backyard, a pirate ship, a variety of barbecue areas. And though Ross is not aware, and I know that his mom will protest, I built him in the garage.
What?
Now you'll note that I put in lots of feeling chips wherever we get those.
Feeling chips?
Feeling chips. Yeah. These chips are feeling.
Yeah, but they're all jumbled in
they're
my
all
head.
jumbled.
They're just there. I don't know how to access them. Some of them I can just pull out 2 seconds. I
was gonna give you the same body as the Big Hero robot because it would have been more fun.
And then you were like,
cost-wise, I had to build something smaller. Have you ever wondered why you're so short?
I'm gonna go with the Hobbit model, except I'm not gonna make the fetus fat.
I ran out of plastic, man. You can only get so many plastic bags before they start looking at it. Well, then we process it into...
Yeah.
Sorry, I burned the plastic a little bit.
You burned the plastic? Oh, Jesus. Oh, dear.
You mean, Daddy, I could have had privilege? No. We overbaked the shrinky dink just a little.
Just a little bit.
A little crispy around the edges. Well, but... The magic is that you are part of it. The oof is when you recognize it in other people. But if you live here in the ish, where you're not quite sure, and you run into these other amazing living things on your path. And my running joke, being that I'm basically a vegan these days, it's a long story. Maybe one day we'll do that show. Why Matt likes vegetables.
Because vegetables are delicious. What are you talking about?
Or why he stopped eating whole cows. It's not the answer anybody thinks. But I was known for eating basically a whole cow at a time. Maybe along the way we could share a falafel.
A falafel?
Everybody should be your friend first. Deciding somebody's your enemy because somebody told you they are, they're just as unseen as you are in that conflict. They think they're doing whatever's right, whatever side of whatever they're on.
Right.
You can pick any of the current fun globally, and what you realize about people is that they actually want to do good.
People, generally speaking, want to do good.
That the hardest thing that will break your brain is the people doing the worst things you think they're doing the right thing. That it breaks down when there isn't a discourse. It breaks down when there isn't a conversation. The magic is in understanding each other, seeing each other. Oof, I felt that I'm human. Ooh, what a weird ishy place this is. But have you seen the magic? Have you felt it? Last night when we were talking to Calvin.
Right.
Just straight up question.
What's your question?
Because we had the conversation. I brought up that I could feel it. I brought up how moving it was. We were talking about the experience of working on music.
Yeah.
And the way you could feel that in a room when it was right.
Yeah.
And then I was relating to Calvin that this is my prayer.
Right.
That what I'm doing is my prayer. That I can feel this.
Right.
The same way musicians talk about feeling it. that, Calvin, I'm on the phone with you, and I'm telling you, I feel connected. And what did he say?
He said, I feel that too.
And we didn't bullshit about it. It wasn't like some made up thing. I mean, I question it. I don't want anybody to agree.
It was not. The vibes were there. It was I feel like we all
Did you feel it?
We all felt the magic in that conversation.
Isn't that crazy?
It was.
We don't agree on everything.
Yeah.
We've talked to people with all kinds of different thoughts and
perspectives and things like that.
I don't ask about that.
Right.
I ask about them, and I share how I see it. Not as a judgment, but as a shared experience. Oh, wow, you know, what I remember is this. Or what you remember is this. It's very much I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Well, that even so, in the world of magic, first off, blown away by the idea that this format allows for that connection.
Right.
Lately, my feeling is, nothing has to allow for that connection. The connection's always been there. It's just, oh, wow, look, we're connected. Not, I'm making a connection. It's discovering that we're all connected. That there's this magic constantly going on around us.
What kind of magic is that?
Of a young girl's heart. Or is it a young boy's heart? I forget. How's that song? Anyways.
I don't remember.
Something about believing in it. I actually don't believe in magic either. Is the funny thing. You've heard my tradition. Well, no, my traditional.
It's that one.
My traditional magic speech is I don't believe in magic. I only believe in things I can't explain.
Right. But this time we're going with it.
I don't think it changes the meaning. That in life, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna feel it. You're going to have moments of a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Was it good? Was it bad? You're not going to know. You don't know whether or not it's magic yet, because it all is. You don't know where you're going. It's fun.
Where are we going to go?
You got to turn the page and see what happens.
Where do we go?
You've never been here.
Where do we go?
You've never been here before. I've never been here before. We were there.
Boom, second. Boom, second. It's another second.
I don't believe in there and then.
Every second is another second.
I can't speak to it. I don't have enough information about those places before and after. What I do know is I'm here. Oof. Felt that, man. You land like Hulk or something.
Yeah.
Big hole in the ground.
Sometimes it sucks to be here, but sometimes it's magical.
There are days you may not notice it's magical, but I'll part with this. Every day's magical. It's just whether or not we notice. Oof. Felt that ish, huh, didn't you? Because you don't know what days are magic.
I don't know.
Because you might look back, and that day you said wasn't magic. Well, damn, that changed your life. Sounds like magic to me. I love you all. Oof-ish. Magic. Feel it. Be it. See it. And see us tomorrow at 12:15. Oh, and see us actually also at 2, 4, 6. Something.
Yeah, something like that. We're gonna do a lot. We're doing a lot today.
Guerrilla style, bunch of interviews and stories. Oh, I can't wait.
We're catching up.
And on that note,
the back half of this show I had